All right, so we are starting topic 1.3, adding rational numbers today. Our learning goal states, I can find the sum of rational numbers. So this is very similar to what we just got done doing in topic 1.2, adding integers. But now, instead of just adding positive and negative whole numbers, we're going to start adding positive and negative fractions and decimals. So we're going to start our warm-up, which is our review, and you should have completed this on your own already, and so right now you should just be checking your answers. If for some reason you have not done this yet on your own, I want you to pause the video and I want you to try the warm-up on your own, and then you'll check your answers with mine. All right, so review of adding fractions. So when we have the same denominators, we add the numerators. We keep the denominators. The same, and then we simplify. So remember that the numerator means the top of our fraction, and our denominator means the bottom of our fraction. So in this example, we have a numerator of 5 and a denominator of 8, plus a numerator of 1 and a denominator of 8. So both of our denominators are the same. So all we are going to do is add our numerators. So we're just going to look at 5 plus 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. And then we keep our denominator the same, and so we get an 8. Now we need to simplify. So 6 and 8, we are looking for our greatest common factor. So both of these are even, so we're going to divide by 2 on top and bottom. And 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So our answer is 3/4. So we're going to do one more example. Both of our denominators are the same. We just add like normal. So we're going to add 3 plus 4 is 7. 5 plus 5. Oh, did you catch me? I almost just made a mistake. So we do not add our denominators, we keep it the same. And then it says to simplify. So how many times does 5 go into 7? 5 goes into 7 one time. And then to get from 5 to 7, we have to go 2 more, so with a remainder of 2. I think Big Ideas allows this, though. So you should be able to put in 5 or 7/5. All right, so when we have different denominators. So when we have different denominators, we need to make sure that our fractions are improper. And that means that we have no whole numbers or mixed numbers. Then we need to find a common denominator. And that means that we need to have the least common multiple of your two denominators. So this needs to be multiple. All right, so that leads us to step 3. Step 3 is to create equivalent fractions using multiplication. This just means we want equal fractions. That's a G, not a Q. We want equal fractions. So then step 4, we add the numerators. Keep the denominators the same. And then finally we simplify. All right, so let's follow those steps. So step 1, make sure that we don't have any improper, or make sure they're all improper fractions. So that means that we don't have any numbers off to the side. So we are set there. Then step 2, we need to find a common denominator. So what number does 6 go into and does 4 go into? So our least common multiple is 12. And so that means that our denominator is going to be 12 because 6 times 2 gives me 12, and we multiply on top and bottom. And 4 times 3 gives me 12. So I'm going to multiply that on top and bottom. So now 5 times 2 is 10. And then we said our denominator is going to be 12 plus 3 times 3 is 9. That kind of looks like a 7, so let me fix that. 9. And then 4 times 3 is 12. So now we have equivalent fractions. We multiplied to make them equivalent fractions, so that way now we have the same denominators. So now what we're going to do is add them up, because now that we have 12s on bottoms, we can do that. So 10 plus 9 equals 19. And then we keep our denominator the same. 12 goes into 19 one time. And so to get, goes into 12, 12 goes into 19 one time with 7 left over. And you can figure that out by doing 19 divided by 12. 12 goes in there one time. And then so 1 times 12 is 12. Subtract, and we get 7. So that's my remainder of 7, which turns into my top number. All right, let's try one more. So make sure that your fractions are improper. These are not improper fractions. These are mixed numbers. So to switch it, what we do is we multiply these two numbers. So our bottom, our denominator, times our whole number. And then we're going to add that to the top number of our fraction. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So now I have 4, and then we keep it over 3. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2. So 20 plus 2 is 22 over 5. Our least common multiple, so what number does 3 go into? That 5 also goes into. So 3 goes into 15, and 5 goes into 15. So to get a 15 on the bottom, I have to multiply the 3 by 5, but that means I have to multiply the top by 5. So that means on this side, to get from 5 to 15, I have to multiply by 3 on bottom and on top. So 4 times 5 is 20 over 15, plus 3 times 22 is 66 over 15. We keep our denominator the same, and we add our top number. So that's 86. And then how many times is 15 going to 86? 5 times, with 11 left over. So a way to check that, we have 86 on the inside and 15 on the out. 15 goes into 86 5 times. That's 75. Subtract, and we get 11. And so that's where I got the 11 up top. All right, you're going to go on to the next video to see the examples of our new 1.9 notes.